create new kick.
Only thing I don't like about this song is it's a little too long. A little too long. It's already gonna end here. good song, just a little bit too long there. It clocks in at almost 5 minutes. Officially, it's 4 minutes and 41 seconds, something like that. A little too long. Sometimes I kind of want to get the intro in and out of the way. I mean, mostly what that song does, it's basically what we refer to in the business as bumper music. And even then, it's a little too long because I tend to like a song to play through. And the perfect bumper music length is usually about 2.5 to 3 minutes. I mean, like I said, it's a good song. Just, you know, a little too long. No, 2 minutes is not generally... Well, it depends, really, because I start the music basically whenever I start, you know, the stream, in most cases. And what the music does is it allows me to kind of go through and do like a second check to make sure that everything is up and running and ready to go and stuff. So you don't want it to be overly long, but at the same time, you don't want it to be too short either. So like the 3-minute mark is usually the sweet spot. But yeah, it's time, I guess, for us to do a show. And you're here to win a duel room. I'm happy for you, I guess. Oh man, that's cold. Ugh. A little too cold. But yeah, everybody's, at least here in the States, I don't know about you guys over there, over in the UK. I know some of the people over in the UK are actually NFL fans. So, what do you guys think? What do y'all think about the Super Bowl? I feel like it's going to be kind of crap. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, which, I mean, the game itself will actually be all right. But, I'm checking something here. The game itself will be all right, but again, it's kind of like watching two teams that you're not really a fan of. You're just kind of like, eh. You're like, well, they're teams and they're playing football, which I generally enjoy. And it kind of stinks too, because if y'all know me at all or have been kind of, you know, keeping an eye on my interests, y'all will know that football, especially like before football season started, I kept talking about how I was like, yeah, man, I'm excited for football and I want to watch football and all that. And so to end up with a Super Bowl like this, where I don't give a damn about either of the teams, it's like, like if the Chiefs would have made it, I would have been fine. Let me see, what other teams? There are a handful of teams that I would have liked to have seen in the Super Bowl. I didn't think a lot of them could have made it, but you know, still would have liked for them to have been there. Sent him a vagabond. What are y'all doing sending vagabonds to each other? Talking about real life here, man. You know vagabonds in real life. Actually, maybe there are. Anyway, but what's going on here? The cable are stuck to each other. There we go. That's a little better. But yeah, Super Bowl's gonna be. It's one of those. I don't even think I really want to watch the halftime show. Have y'all? Again, some of y'all may have not been aware of this, but there's this big thing going on about how people were giving Maroon 5 a bunch of crap for actually doing the halftime show. And it kind of goes back to the whole Colin Kaepernick kneeling controversy and all that stuff. And people were like, yeah, we should just, you know, we shouldn't even watch the halftime show. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, it's kind of stupid to begin with, because the whole idea was to protest the NFL, because the NFL were the ones who kind of forced Kaepernick out after his protests. You know, nobody would sign it because nobody wanted to deal with that. And so people were like, oh, it's a travesty, it's controversy, which it probably is. And that whole thing, that grievance that he filed against the NFL, he's probably going to win. And he's probably going to get a whole bunch of money out of it. But yeah, nobody wanted to touch him. And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, yeah, you're saying you want to boycott the NFL, yet you're only boycotting the halftime show and not the entire game? I don't know. Maybe I missed something there. But yeah, the whole situation's all kind of eh. I don't know what the deal is. But yeah, it's going to be kind of one of those meh Super Bowls this year, and that's unfortunate. You know, you so look forward to it, and then you finally get it, and you're like, you know, it's kind of like being 10 and getting socks for Christmas. You know, when you're 10, you don't want socks for Christmas. You want, you know, the video games and the Legos and all that stuff. Now, if you're Dre's age, which is like 76, socks for Christmas are great. You know, because by the time you're 76, you're always cold. It doesn't matter where you live, you're always cold. So yeah, socks would be great, but you know, at 76, yeah, they're great. But you know, at 10, you don't want that. And it feels kind of like we got socks as a 10-year-old. But anyways, so I've decided we're not going to do a duel room today because of Trax. It's all his fault. And I just got to say that, you know, Trax, you know what you did. You know what you did, Trax. Don't try to deny it. You've been denying it all night in Discord and on the forums. And yeah, it's your fault, Trax. It's totally your fault. You know, not even gonna sugarcoat it. It's completely your fault, man. And you need to deal with that. But I apologize. Dark Master over on Twitch. What did he do? I'm kidding. He didn't do anything. I'm just keeping the show going until I'm, you know, actually ready to go and actually do this, which is start the duel room, open it up. Let's see. Create room. Maximum capacity of 3. Let's see. I'm not gonna recruit anybody. Comment. Good luck. Comment. Let me see. You can suck it. Oh no, they don't have that. Additional comments. Bite my butt. Ah, it doesn't let me say that. Let me think. Blame Trax. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's not Meta Saturday. No such thing. There's no such thing as Meta Saturday because, you know, everybody knows that on Saturdays you're supposed to have fun. You're not supposed to get super serious. But I don't know, everybody has their own ideas of fun. Fun has become, well, probably always has been a very subjective thing. Kind of like people who go out and drink their brains out on Saturdays. It's like, why are you gonna do it? It's fun for me. It's fun to get trashed into oblivion and spend way too much money on drinks, like, I guess. I never understood that, man. Like even when I was married, man, my ex-wife would go and, you know, she'd go do her girls' night out thing. I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I was fine with that because that just meant that I could hang out at home with my cats and just play video games and stuff. And so she'd go out and she'd come and, you know, she'd get home and all that. And like the next day she'll be like, I spent too much money last night. And I'm like, how much did you spend? She's like, $150. I'm like, how the hell do you spend $150 going out and having drinks? Like, what the hell did you do, man? Jeez, that's insanity. Man. But of course, you young guys don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about it. The solution is don't get married. Because if you don't ever get married, you can never be disappointed. This story's... No, I'm translating Dre's stories. The weird thing is that Dre gives me crap for being old, yet he's older than I am. I find that weird. I find that really weird. He's like, oh, you're old. It's kind of one of those situations where... you ever been in one of those situations where, like, give you an example here. The teacher leaves the room and somebody does something stupid, and I don't know, like they spill something or they put something, you know, nasty on the chalkboard or whatever, and the teacher comes back in and the teacher looks at the whole class. Who did this? Who did this? And it's always the first person to point the finger at others. They're the ones who did it. It's like Dre's the kid that drew the penis on the chalkboard, and now he's pointing at me. He's all, Richard did it. Richard did it. And I'm just like, I didn't do anything. It's kind of like what Dre is doing. He's like, I'm gonna make the old jokes before he can tell me that I'm old. That's weird, man. Oh yeah, did I share that? I thought I shared that. Yeah, the room ID is right there in chat. Well, I guess I'll put it again. You're not 29, Dre. See, the funny thing is that I was helping Dre out once because Dre's poor, and not that there's anything wrong with being poor. I'm not making fun of poor people. But he needed an SD card for his phone, so I sent him an SD card, and of course, to send him an SD card, I needed his address. And the funny thing is that by giving me his address, Dre doesn't understand exactly all the information that he gave me. You see, because if you've got a name and you've got an address, you can find out a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff. Because at this point in time, I mean, just in case y'all are wondering, y'all ever hear about those data breaches and stuff on the news? Like every now and then it'll be like, oh, so-and-so had a massive data breach and 5 million people were exposed and that sort of stuff. You know, there have been so many data breaches up until this point that every single one of us here in the United States has been hit at least once. You know, unless you're like 4, you know, but even if you're like 4, your parents may have made a Facebook account for you, which is stupid. But yeah, only if you're like insanely old and you've never messed around with the internet, or if you're insanely young and you've just not had time to mess around with the internet yet. Anyways, but yeah, that info is there online ready to be stolen. And so, in fact, there's a website called, what is it called? I think it's called like HaveIBeenPwned.com, where you go there and you put in your email address and it lets you know if that email address at any time in its history has ever been compromised. And I can tell you right now, some of my really old email addresses from years ago, oh yeah, those have been exposed several times over. Like, ever get those emails or those messages via your email provider? They're like, you need to change your password, we had a breach. Well, yeah, poor Dre. Trax is bullying you. What are you doing, Trax? Can Dre give me his social security number? It doesn't matter. The first thing Dre said whenever somebody stole his social security number is like, "Oh, you gonna go open a credit card? Good luck." Dre's older, he'll get that. Anyways, enough of us talking trash to each other. Let's see, what deck am I gonna use, man? I don't know. Because again, in case you all are not aware, we're doing Open Duel Room today, but on the weekends, we do not run meta decks, so no Kowalkis, no Masked Heroes, no Vampires, none of the high-tier, high-end decks. We're playing fun decks today. They're just kind of goofy. I probably will at some point today still play my Gusto deck, because it's still not meta. But they're saying that with the latest box, it has improved. Now, of course, I don't have any of the new Gusto monsters anyway. So the deck in itself really hasn't changed much. But again, just keep that in mind when y'all are selecting the decks that you use, please. Don't, go into the duel room and break out like a Kowalki deck and start playing people. It's like, come on, don't do that. Even I have all the Kowalki monsters now, in fact. Well, all the stuff I need for the deck, anyway. I finally got my last diamond. I got the 3rd diamond, so we're done there. That's why I actually still have gems. So I have 3 diamonds. I have all the monsters that I need. It's good to go. It's just a matter of building it. And also, I'm wondering if I'm going to build that deck, and if I'm thinking about using it, who do I run it on? For what ability? What ability is good to go with the Kowalki deck? I never actually paid attention to the ability that people were using. I don't know if it was balance or what. I'm sure there's a Kowalki deck here somewhere, I think. What is this? That's interesting. It's already Buku. Oh, that's not Buku, that's something else. Never mind. Let's see. Arrow Mage Rose Dragon. What? I'm just wondering what that one monster is. This. Junk Anchor. Oh, it's one of its tuners. Oh, okay. That's it. Oh, he's running it with Tie That Binds. So 2 Jasmines, 2 Karibos, 1 Rose Lover, 3 Bergs. Wow, 3 Bergs. 3 Rosemary, 1 Junk Anchor, 1 Changer Synchron, a Controller, a D-Spell. I mean, D-Spell. 3 Gardens, Draining Shield, makes sense. Wall, and Shield Spear. I don't know about Shield Spear. I mean, well, other than the fact that it's not an equip, it doesn't actually equip itself. So, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. Because he's only got 1 Rosemary down there. And Stardust. Not crazy about that deck. Balance, Ties That Binds for Mirror. Last Gamble. Oh god, I don't want to use Last Gamble. I am actually pretty surprised. Some of these decks look a little older. Look, that's 3 Arrow Mage decks here. Well, they're not all older because obviously this guy's using Obelisk. The next 20. Alright. Lots of blue, lots of Arrow Mage. It's interesting. Another arrow, lots and lots of Arrow Mage. Well, here's... What's this? Oh, this is the big piece Golem deck. Okay. That looks like batteries. That looks like Noble Knights. It's vampires. What in the this is interesting. Battle City. Oh, I guess they're running a theme deck. That's kind of neat. No. Yeah. Oh, there's one. Here we go. Well, this is a very different deck. It's because I don't have this entire thing. Let's see what I'm missing. Oh, they're running Trunades. Yeah, Trunades makes sense, though. 3 Iron Cores, 3 Diamonds, 3 Paleozoics. Ice Guy, Wall, Maximus. Oh, this one's running the 3 Iron Knights. And the 1 Sandman. Okay. And he is using Tie That Binds. Okay. I guess Tie That Binds makes sense. But anyways, I guess everybody's like itching and scratching to get going on this duel room. Alright, let me see. I guess I'll use Jack, because he's fairly new. So why not? We'll use Jack, we'll head into the duel room, and we'll see what happens. Alright, Jack. Let's get rolling here, man. Let's see. Atomic, Magikarp, and Dark Master are already going at it, so I guess I'm facing Atomic. Let's see how much Atomic has improved. I want those Pokemon and sleeves. Okay, I have no idea what that means. What am I doing? I was previously looking at what people were using in the Kowalki deck for abilities, because I finally have all the cards I need to build the deck, but I wasn't sure what ability people were using or what a good ability to use would be. But I was just checking that out just on short term. Today we're actually doing Open Duel Room. And if you've not gotten the duel number, there's the number again. Just keep in mind, again, guys, for the newer people that have not been here with us before, on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, we're not doing a show tomorrow, but that's something different. On Saturdays and Sundays, we do Open Duel Room. Everybody can come. Everybody's invited, but we don't run meta decks. So no Kowalkis, no Masked Heroes, none of the top tier decks. I don't really want to activate it because then I'm going to have to switch my Mary. But that's fine. I'll let her just hang out there for a little bit. Yes, you can run your fun deck if you'd like. And no, don't come, you know, for those of you wondering, don't come back and give me the argument that you're going to run your Kowalkis because I think it's fun. It's not fun, dude. It's not a fun deck. I'm sorry. It's just not. Hey, look at that backfield. Don't do it! Ah, I gain 1,000. What happened to Taco Thursday? Let me tell you about Taco Thursday. There's no such thing as Taco Thursday. Thursday we did ranked duels, and that was the very first day of the new season. Like we started like the minute the season restarted. Yeah, it was pretty harsh, man. I won 4 straight to start, so I was like, hey, this is going pretty good. But then I started hitting the much more difficult players, and or you know, combination of things that were really good, and obviously I wasn't getting the best draws, that sort of stuff. But yeah, it turned into what I thought it was going to be. I thought at best I would break even, which is what I ended up doing. I ended up going 5 and 5. So basically I bumped up to Platinum 5, but then I came back down, and then I finished with a win. So it was pretty crazy. Man, that's a lot of backfield you got there, buddy. Let's see. Yeah, what the heck, we'll go for it. But yeah, the first day of reset is always really tough. It's tough. Because like I've said before, in case y'all haven't seen my other shows, is that when reset happens, like that first day, or, yeah, pretty much the first 48 hours from the reset. Oh, you're gonna crash that. Oh, okay. The first 48 hours is when you get all your hardcore players, the ones who want to hit COG like ultra fast. You get all of those people all clamoring in. So those are the people you're facing, and you know the people who get COG earlier tend to be the much more hardcore players. I don't want to say they're necessarily better, but they are definitely more hardcore. You know, the people that duel every single day, like 50 duels every day. Those are the ones that you're facing, you know, that first day there. So it can get a little rough, man. So yeah, unless in fact, I advise people, if you're kind of more of a casual, and not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm not saying that, but if you play just to have a little fun every now and then, the first day of reset and ranked is not for you. You're gonna, I mean, especially if you're like in Platinum and you're pushing to Legend and back up to COG, yeah, it's not a good time. It's rough, man. But if you're like in Bronze and Silver, yeah, go right ahead. If you're in Gold, it'll still be pretty competitive, because Gold, you know, that's when you start separating the I guess, as they say, start separating the men from the boys. Atomic's like, this is not fun. All right, I'll take it easy, because honestly, I have the win in hand. So I'm not going to attack this turn. I'll give you a couple turns to try and recover here, dude. Go for it. No, Atomic is one of those people who he's fairly new. And obviously, you know, I mean, he's got a couple of good cards like the Shield Crush. But we're still trying to help him put his deck, or put a somewhat decent deck together. He's gotten to the point now where sometimes his deck will surprise you, but it's not, you know, consistent. It's not super consistent. Like, he's got that backfield going there. And my thinking is that's a lot of backfield, but unfortunately it doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, he's got a couple of decent stuff. Like, he's got that Enchanted Javelin. That was useful, obviously. But yeah, like stuff like Blue Medicine, unfortunately, yeah, it's not going to cut it. But I did say I'd give him a couple of turns to try and recover, because right now, I mean, for all I know, he may have drawn and set a third backfield that would really help him. Like right now, a backfield that would help him would probably be, well, a Mirror Wall would really help him right now. Your friend built a Noble Knight deck. You were like, great. That's funny. Ugh. I know Noble Knight is not considered meta, but oh man, I just don't like facing that deck. It's just kind of boring, man. All right, this is the last turn that I'm just giving to you. So here, I'll even put my, you know, It doesn't matter though, because I can just put him right back into attack mode. But here. Yeah, now I'm getting ridiculous amounts of points here. Okay. There, this is the last turn, man. You gotta do something, man. Gotta pull something out. That's 3 turns. 3 turns to get something going. Come on, man. Heart of the cards, buddy. Oh, if you're in the duel room, feel free to challenge anybody in there. That's kind of one of the unwritten rules. Is if you're in the duel room and you're sitting at a table, you're basically saying, "Hey, come duel me." So yeah, anybody that's in there, y'all can just duel each other if you want. Why you never give me turns? Because you've not been a new player in a long time. That's why I never give you turns. Here, I'll just switch. Actually, I'm going to switch him and I'm going to leave him this time, just in case you actually did draw something amazing. Ugh, look at that. 4,500. It would be awesome if you drew something like a Draining Shield. Draining Shield would be amazing right now. Well, I gave you extra turns, man. That's all I could really do. If you want, when I face some of the newer people, if y'all are newer, like literally newer to the game, let me know and I'll step it down a bit. I'll actually, because the Arrow Mage deck is actually really good. But like for people that I know that have been playing around, playing in the game a lot, like Bleskabar, I won't step it down versus him. But yeah, I'll even use different decks. I'll use something else besides Arrow Mage. But it looks like Bleskabar is the only other person available right now for a duel, so I guess I'll go duel him. Got wrecked by Rainbow Dragon. 4K Bergamot. That was a. I think that was. I got him up to 4,400. That was a 4,400 Berg. And that must have been really strange, Trax, to get wrecked by one of your favorite monsters, or at least within your deck. I'm going second this time. I'm guessing Bleskabar is running Rainbow Dragon, so let me see what he does here. Oh! Oh no, he's running something different. Never mind. Oh wait, he is. Okay. Melody of Awakening Dragon. Interesting. Rare value. Topaz Tigger. He was thinking, do I want to flip that down? I'm like, no, you don't want to flip that down. Oh, Regeki Break. Oh, you want to send her away, huh? Okay. Alright. Well, that's all I can do then. Yeah, I thought it was going to be the Silent Magician deck, but it's not. Actually, I'll eat the 16. That's fine. I was actually thinking about setting mine aside. But I was like, nah, let me get rid of his monster, even though that's the thing about facing Crystal Beast, is that even when you destroy their monster, you're kind of doing them a little bit of a favor. In his case, because he probably runs multiple Crystal Regekis, and also because he wants to get them in the graveyard. He's already got that, so no Treacherous Trap Hole. Imagine this is a defensive trap. Crystal Regeki. Yep, kind of saw that coming. That actually works in my favor too. Because now I've got higher life points, which is what I want with this frickin' deck. What is Benia saying? Ooh woo. Every time y'all put something like that, I just think y'all are putting ooh woo. I mean, he had to have known that's the reason why I stuck the rose lever out there. So he knew he was going to get whacked here. I think it was one of the anime that I saw a long time ago. There was this little girl in that show. All she said was "Ugu." That was her thing. Like it was kind of like that. It's like when you all say "oof" all the time. That was kind of her reaction. Oh wow. I can't. It sucks that I can't even see into his graveyard, because normally in a TCG you could see into the graveyard. I guess I'll send that. End the turn, huh? I'm gonna let you guess what that is. So all three of his Crystal Regekis are gone. Nah. I knew it was coming. Now he's gonna tribute it away. Which sucks. Is raining? It rained last night. Actually, wait, it did rain this morning. I remember, yeah. Are you serious? That stinks. The one time I need a monster, I can't draw a frickin' monster. All I had to do was draw a monster and I would have won. And that sucks. So now he can defense that. Yeah, there's plenty of monsters bigger than Rainbow Dragon. Are you kidding me, dude? How is... Oh, are you just... This is just stupid. This is so stupid. Are you serious? I lost. One time I need a monster. All I needed to do was draw monsters. I couldn't draw monsters. That's so dumb. I waited the entire game for that stupid card. And I was like, oh, I'll draw a monster. This is a monster-heavy deck. Nah. Stop saying I need to host a tournament, Dre. We already saw how that happens, you know. But yeah, don't talk to Dre like that, dude. Don't be talking about people's mothers, man. That's mean. Dark Twix. Alright, Dark Twix. Or apparently not. I was going to play Twix, but apparently he's playing somebody else. So let me go switch out decks. You don't. No deck that you run is fun. Bleskapar. Let me see. What else do I have in here? Oh, here, I'll play this thing. I'll play this funky deck. It's not a good deck. It's a terrible deck, actually.
Not at all.
Well, it's not terrible, but it's definitely a fun deck. And I was doing it simply because there's a particular mission that I need to complete in one of the stages. And I put this on somebody else. So I was like, let me try it and see what happens here. Alright, I guess I'll be at table 1. There we go. Well, Yubel's not a meta deck, but she's considered one of those boring decks. Any deck where you have to pass turn over and over and over again is pretty boring. But it happens. It's one of those decks where I can't really tell you not to play it today, but most of us are like, The next deck I'll build is Crystal Beast, but that's a lot of tickets. No, you don't need a lot of tickets for Crystal Beasts. Nah, man, Crystal Beast is actually pretty easy to build. In fact, here, let me, because if you, well, let me see. I think you probably have, you should have, Jesse at the gate. And pretty much all of the cards you really need are right there. Like, there's your Rainbow Dragons, there's your Crystal Beast, or there's your Sapphire Pegasus, there's your Eagle, your Cat, your Carbuncle, which you only need one of those, really. Your Tigers, your Mammoth. Yeah, most of your big stuff is going to be right there. Your Rare Value. Crystal Tree, most people don't use Crystal Tree, though. Some people do use Rainbow Life. Yeah, all the stuff mostly is right there. I think there's like one monster, I think, that is a level up reward for Jesse. So yeah, it just takes time because you have to farm all the cards off of him. But I mean, it's a very buildable deck for most people. I mean, you don't have to get the fusion monster. I mean, the fusion monster is decent, but you can just go straight Rainbow Dragon. Yeah. So it's not hard to collect the cards. It's just a lot of facing Jesse. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but Jesse tends to be pretty liberal, or not, liberal's not the right word. Tends to be pretty giving when it comes to his cards. Like every other match, I was getting a decent card from him. Well, again, if you're in the kicks. Oh, there you are, Nixius. Are you a basketball fan? You have Bandit Keith. Okay, well, I'm facing Nixius, sort of, but it's not working. Hold on. Let me back out of the room real quick. There we go. It's weird, though, because I'm on Twitter basically every day because I have to do marketing and all that. And over in the trending topics, at one point, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where out of the 10 topics that were there, 9 of them were about that trade or something that was going on with the Knicks. Did you hear about that thing? But yeah, it's like the trending topics is supposed to kind of spread out various different things, but no. 9 of the 10 trending topics or words were all about the Knicks. It was so ridiculous. Now the question is, which one do I want to bring out? Look at that guy. That guy's cool. I forget what he does. Let's see if this card takes piercing damage. Discard a card. This card gets 300 for each hero in the graveyard. Destroys a monster. Oh, he'll probably be more helpful, so we're gonna send him. Dude, if you're gonna say my name, at least spell it right, man. You can't even spell my name right, dude. Dang, 3,000 right there. What was that spell card you were using, Bless, to get Dragon to your hand? Oh, I think he used rare value. Rare value got him to draw the cards, if that's the one you were thinking about. Ooh, I hope you get something defensive. Another poly. Melody Eyes of Blue, level 40 character reward. Melody Eyes of Blue. I don't even remember what that card does. Well, Nick said he's still fairly new, so let's give you a turn, Nick, because I sincerely didn't think I was gonna get one of these guys out that quickly. So we'll just see how that goes for you. Because when I saw my hand, my starting hand, I was like, oh crap. It's amazing. I was like, I couldn't buy a hand like that in ranked duels. Oh, you're gonna bring Last Gamble? Where did I see that card before? Was that Card Trader or a card ticket? I don't even remember. Big Shield, huh? Oh, Big Shield and Poly. Look at this guy. He's bringing his Red Eyes. Red Eyes Slash Dragon, I think. Yeah, this looks like Red Eyes Slash. Probably not for a while, Atomic. Because we just recently got Synchros. I think Nyx was lying, because he's got a lot of cards considering he just started. Probably not 2 years. I would say like maybe next year at some point. Okay, apparently Benia and Dre are having at it now. That's not good. Not good at all. That's all I can really do there. Oh, only 4 months? God, I'm not drawing anything I need now. Let me double check something. Okay. No. Okay, all we can do is end there. Hello, George. Over on Twitch. I think I've only ever had somebody from Mixer message one time, and that was it. Other than that, nobody from any of the other platforms. Oh, she's serious. Come on, man. Ugh. Let's throw it out there. If people don't see, people synchro. In fact, synchro is one of those decks where you can oftentimes you can just kind of staple it on, because there are some pretty decent tuner monsters out there. Like one of my favorite tuners is Delta Flyer, and that, I mean, the card itself is decent. It can usually stick around if it really needs to. But I mean, you can basically like the Arrow Mage deck, for instance. You can build the basic Arrow Mage deck and just put it like on Aki, and you know, she just using one of her abilities, she'll give you the Rose Dragon and the 2 copy plants, I believe. So yeah, you can just do that. I mean, you can do it with basically any other deck if you just want to staple on synchros. I was there waiting for you to bring a second monster. I was like, he can't just keep going by getting just that. So, I mean, I was actually waiting for another monster because I had a poly in my hand. But I ended up drawing into another poly. So I was like, oh crap. But yeah, this is just a fun deck that I've been using to mess around with. Well, actually, I was using it, now that you all have kind of seen what it is, here, I'll show you all the deck. I built this deck specifically so that I could finally finish this, because I've been on stage 50 of the DM version for like 4 months now, because I've just refused to build the deck. But yeah, I finally built it. I used it a little bit last night, and it's kind of interesting. Like I said, it's not a good deck. Room code, sure. Just a reminder, George, we're playing fun decks today. We're not doing hardcore meta stuff. But here, I'll show you all the deck. It's just, again, it's something I threw together just to try to get fusions out. It's nothing fancy. It's just kind of a interesting deck. Yeah, see. I do have a couple of decent cards in there, though. I got the Witch Raider, King of the Swamp, Woodsman, a couple of those guys so I can bring polys. A couple of Beast King of the Swamps, 3 Sparkman, Miracle Fusion, Galaxy, 3 polys. So yeah, it's real poly heavy. Shard of Greed, Treacherous, 2 Walls, and a Spike. And then these are the various monsters that I put in here. The only reason, because I actually didn't want to run Slash Dragon, but based on the build that I came up with here, I was like, you know, Slash Dragon actually makes sense. Because all of these, like this Warrior, 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 Warriors. So it'd be dumb to not use 2 Slash Dragons. And then the rest of these are pretty neat. Like Hero Plasma Vice, I just want to get that out at least once just to see what it does. Doesn't help when the other person is being a tilter. Wooden Butter Blader deck be easier to use for the 30. I know you probably don't have Butter Blader. I don't have the Buster Blader deck. Dan has it. Dan's not here though. I think Dan's let me see, what time is it over there? Oh, it's probably dinner time for Dan. But yeah, he runs it. Kawaki Maru's all over the ladder. Yeah, you had to know that was coming, Shadow. I mean, heck, even I haven't built it yet, but I have the cards. I just need to go and build it now. And it stinks because I don't find the deck particularly fun, but it wins. And that, I hate to say this, and I've seen this with other card games. You can tell a game is at least slightly broken, and I'm being nice here, because it really is more broken than slightly. But you can tell a game is slightly broken and unbalanced when you are forced to use a deck that you don't have fun with, but you have to use it in order to win. I think that's kind of crap. But, I mean, given how old this game is, let me see, Shredder, old Pan Slim. I would rename mine, but no, I actually have an image to uphold. Magikarp, Nixius. I'm not going to use this deck versus you, Shredder. No, because you'll just tear me a new booty hole. Let's go face Magikarp. I have to use something at least a little stronger versus Shredder. Shredder has been cogged like 20 times. I mean, Shredder's more, he's a bit more hardcore than the rest of us. But yeah, he's been cogged. I don't even know how many times he's been cogged. Every Japanese person you play. I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that they're Japanese. It's just that, again, like I said, it's the deck wins. That's the thing. If you can't, oh, this is not a good start. Crap. If you can't stop them the moment they start getting their series of effects off, then you're probably going to lose. If you can stop them right at the beginning, then you've got yourself a good shot. That's why some people have actually referred to it as the new fur hires. Although I wouldn't really say, as far as collecting the deck and putting it together, I don't think it's for higher-ish, but the effects, the way they roll off of each other like that, it is very sort of for higher. Yeah. I was like, I need to save this. The thing is, though, I already know what's coming now. Because this is counter fairy, so it's like, oh crap. He's gonna wait for my polys and he's gonna counter all of those. I mean, that's what I would do. I would just counter all the fusions because you know it's coming. This actually helps. That's actually a really good draw versus this deck, unless he counters it. But even then, he's gonna have to burn a card. The only good thing is I think this one does destroy a card. Yeah, there you go, when that's going there. So what I would imagine, he'd either destroy my monster or he'll destroy my backfield. Oh, this one's... Yeah, it is destroying... Oh, card. Okay, there we go. Is Exodia meta? No. Exodia is not meta. Not at all. Adjust myself here. There. But no, Exodia is not meta. You can run Exodia. I should probably just quit right now because there's really no way for me to come back from this. Like I said, this deck is not meant to be something that's even slightly good. It was meant to do one thing. It just so happened in the last match I happened to get I happened to get something really quick. Yeah, I'm gonna lose. Anyways, I should have... Well, that was really my own fault. I should have known better than to play that deck versus Magikarp. Magikarp's one of the better players. I should have known better than to play that deck. Let me see. Well, nobody else is here. I guess I can go. Bye! Kidding. Let me switch to a different deck here.
Hero, Tristan Taylor.
Because obviously that deck is not going to cut it. I don't know, man. Who do I run?
Watch my psychic powers in action.
Let me run this guy. Oh, shut up, Trax. Don't be a door loser. Shut up, Trax. Anybody that says that crap to me now, going either way, can bite my ass. Seriously. I'm done with y'all trolling me over that. In fact, Trax, you're banned. Well, let me ban you real quick. There you go. You're banned. Trax is trying to write right now, and he's like, holy crap, he really banned me. What? He's gonna come. I only put him in timeout just as a joke, but he's gonna come back in 5 minutes, because that's only a 5-minute timeout. But he's gonna come back in 5 minutes. He's gonna be like, you bastard, you really banned me. Yeah. That's funny. Oh, and George, don't apologize to Shredder. That dude is a monster. Like, if you get past him, good luck, man. That's just... Shredder is a monster, man. My mic isn't working. Seems to be working just fine for me, man. Let me see. Oh, Moojim. I haven't faced Moojim. Switch this over here. Hey, where'd you go, man? Aw, he disappeared. Dang it, Moo, where'd you go? Well, while we're waiting, I guess I can go face, let me switch decks.
The one and only psychic duelist, Showtime!
Let me go face Jack real quick. Jack is probably gonna kill me. with this deck, but we'll face him anyway. Not you, Jack. And cold. Darkmaster apparently went to go get food. George is apologizing for something. Thank you for the follow, Quake. I appreciate that. So follow over on Twitch.
Duel!
Do you know the Azure Eyes card? Yeah. Maroon, run Amazon. No, Maroon, it's not a matter of trying to find a way to beat him. I can beat Jack with Arrow Mage. I absolutely annihilate him with Arrow Mage. But I'm just being lazy. And just giving y'all something different to look at here. But yeah, I mean, even versus his level 60, and his level 60 variant actually is a little tough, because it does play a couple of different cards that are very defensive. But like at the gate versus level 40, oh my gosh, the Arrow Mage deck just destroys him. I mean, he can't overcome it. Because even if he gets out his Arc Fiend, the Arrow Mage deck that I run just has so many, it has like floodgates and stuff in it, and so he can't handle that. I'm trying to remember, what does this card do? Destroy all face-up monsters. Oh, okay. Don't worry about that. Stupid Resonator. That Resonator actually is a good card. Because it's a tuner, and it's sort of like Gyroid in that it sticks around. Well, I think George is... I'm kind of realizing now what George is saying. There are no meta cards. There are just meta decks. Now, I think I understand what you're saying. You might be thinking about staples. I mean, you can use staples. Like, you can argue that enemy controller is a staple. But that doesn't make your deck a meta deck. Yeah, there you go. Y'all joke so much about Russia. There you go. He's in the gulag. Look at that, man. Jack lost to Dark Magician Girl. He should actually be out of time out here in a minute. Azure Eyes and Blue Eyes on the field, and my opponent plays a Drowning Force Trap. I thought Azure Eyes negates effects that target dragons. Drowning Mirror Force does not target. It does not target. That's why it worked. Drowning Mirror Force, if I remember correctly how the text is written, it says basically that, oh wow, I guess it's a good thing that I finished that off. I got 25 gems. What it basically says is that any monster that's in attack position is sent back. So it doesn't target a specific monster. It's not like Sakuretsu Armor. Sakuretsu Armor specifically states that you target one particular monster. Drowning Mirror Force basically just says, okay, any monster in attack position. Hey, Trax. Nice to have you back, buddy. Dang it, why does this happen now, man? I get that a lot now, where it'll just kind of sit there and spin for a little while. Yeah, Trax, we had to send you to the gulag there, man. As you all joke. I guess I'll go back in the room. Nobody's even in the room. Everybody laughed. Everybody's like, man, we're not gonna hang around for this. Here, I'll share the room number again. Again, guys, if y'all join us in the room, we're running just fun decks today. Got quite a few of y'all over on Twitch. What is the gulag? Well, okay, the joke itself is just something they keep making a joke of over in the Discord server. Although, to be honest, talking about gulags and that sort of, it's actually not that funny. In fact, it's not funny at all, because a gulag is pretty much a Russian prison, but it's worse than a prison. It's generally like there's a lot of I don't know if you're familiar with how they work over in Russia, but Putin and a lot of his contemporaries, like the billionaires that they have over there, they don't like dissent. They don't like people talking about them or against them in any way. And so the joke, you're going to the gulag, is actually not that funny. That's why I don't think it's funny. Because they have literally sent people there, and when you go there, what they generally do to you is they torture you and then they kill you. And obviously that's not funny. And the reason why it's not funny is, one, because it exists, and two, it's just, I mean, that's a horrific thing to do to your people, man. That's just insanity. And I understand that, yeah, the US is not, you know, we've not been the greatest people either when it comes to torture. But we generally do that to enemy combatants. We don't generally do that to our own people. Generally. But yeah, that's the whole you're going to the gulag thing. Because, yeah, if you go to the gulag, in real life, if you go to the gulag, you're not coming back. You're going to be there the rest of your life, which may not be very long. Let me see. Your eyes effect only says dragons on the field. Can't be destroyed for the turn it's summoned, so any trap still works on it as long as it doesn't destroy. Exactly. As far as what Trax is saying there, yeah. So since your monsters, this kind of goes back to that question that was earlier. Since your monsters weren't destroyed, they were just sent back to the deck, then yeah, it works fine. We need that here in the USA and voted. Whatever, Dre. The funny thing is that Dre has probably been hurt more by the Trump presidency than any of us. I'm not kidding either. He probably has, but we're not going to get political. This is a kids show. Oh yeah, let me go back to the dorm. Doc Meister. Magikarp and Ghoul are going at it. George and Trax are going at it. That doesn't sound right. I'll be at table 3. If I don't get anybody in the next couple of seconds here, I guess I can go duel Jack again. Or I can go open packs. Not that I need anything, really. Oh, speaking of which... Now I'm getting a little... Now, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'll go here. Regarding KC Cup. Well, I guess we can do this survey together, guys. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll just save my gems until the next pack, because the newest pack is not, you know, it's not that good. It's okay, but it's not amazing. Let's see. How was the length of the event? I thought it was just about right, actually, considering that you have to get, what is it, 5.6 million points to technically finish it. Was the flow of the event clear and easy to understand? Yes. Was it fun collecting Blue Ice Mountains to duel Jack Atlas and receive rewards? I'm kind of indifferent. Did you enjoy the fact that Jack Atlas level 50 appeared in Duel Links during the event? Sure. Let me see. Did you enjoy the fact that Turbo Duels were added to the event? I thought it was different, but I said it before that I was getting a little motion sickness there from that. For the rules of Turbo Duels, such as speed counters and exclusive skill, clear and easy to understand. For the most part. You're over 10 million? Oh god, man. That's a lot. How was the difficulty when dueling Jack Atlas? The first couple of times he's probably a little hard, but after that he's pretty easy. Once you find a deck that you know, gets by him, it's pretty easy. How's the difficulty level for unlocking Jack Atlas? Pretty easy. How's the difficulty of Turbo Duels? Pretty easy. Was the distribution of rewards throughout the event well balanced? I don't know. I'm gonna go with a middle of the road there. Were you satisfied with the event points rewards? Cards, gems, jewels, they were alright. Were you satisfied with the card rewards for defeating Jack Atlas in a duel? I really don't know. I guess? Were you satisfied with the card trader EX inventory? I haven't even looked at it yet. I have not even looked. Are there any different cards in there? Were you satisfied with the contents or rewards you could get by winning the duel for the first time? Card sleeves, game mats, icon. Sure, why not? Because who doesn't want to look like a cup of ramen noodles? Did you enjoy the event setting and scenario? It was alright. Enjoy the events, animations, and BGM. I'm going to have to say a slight no, because again of that backfield stuff going. Are the screen transitions and controls for the event user-friendly? Yeah, that's pretty good. What is your overall level of satisfaction with the Atlas? I'm going to have to put a neutral, simply because, like I said, the turbo duels were not really working for me. Please share your feedback on Atlas Rising. Let's see. Trying to think of the words that best describe it. The emotion from the background of duels is disjointing and little and can produce motion. This is kind of, yeah. Can produce motion sickness. Do you have any problems playing or understanding the event? Motion sickness from... And that's the weird thing, dude, is I don't get motion sickness. I really don't. I know people that have gone like on boats and they get motion sickness because the boat is constantly, up and down. I've been on boats many, many times in my life. Never got motion sickness. Been on airplanes, never gotten motion sickness. I think it was because you were pretty much, it's kind of like a VR game. Have y'all ever played VR and put the goggles on and stuff? Sometimes if your brain seeing those images doesn't match up with what's really happening around you, you start to get a little motion sickness and start getting that headache. That's kind of what this produced, because I felt like I had to kind of focus on this one certain thing, and yeah, it just wasn't fun for me. Motion sickness from the Turbo Duel. Please share what you would like to see in the future. Option to remove or alter the background for Turbo Duels. There we go. And we get nothing. Dan, that's what they've been saying earlier, man. There's Kawaki everywhere. Like, apparently every other match there is going to be versus Kawakis, even more than every other. So that's going to be interesting. And that's the interesting thing now, because like I said, I was actually going to build a Kawaki deck, but if everybody else is playing Kawakis, I'm thinking that I might still go Masked Hero, or again, if it's versus Kawakis, let me think. You could run like an anti-meta deck with like 3 Paleozoics or 3 Floodgates. They do run Trunades though in some of those decks, so you won't win every time. Let me think. What is anti-Trunade? Can y'all think of a card that's anti-Trunade? Just because right off the top of my head, I can't think of a card that's anti-Trunade. Let me think, what else would work? Buster Blader deck and just swept them aside, and I run Masked Heroes with Floodgate, which is very effective. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too, because my Masked Hero, I do run some Floodgates. I don't even remember how many I have in there. I think it's either at least 2. Now I have to go look. I know I run at least 2 Floodgates.
I'll show you no mercy.
And at one point I ran more, but I switched out and put in a couple of Spike Shields because the meta was different last season. But now with all these Kawakis going crazy, I might switch it back. Yeah, I got 2 Floodgates and a Paleozoic. And I put these in because I wasn't always able to catch the big monsters. But now I might stick in another Paleozoic and a 3rd Floodgate. Yeah. But everything else looks fine. Yeah, because if everybody's running Kowalkis, then, you know, we got to try something different. Silent Magician. Well, no. I'm thinking of not necessarily a deck type, but just like a single card that could at least save you for the turn. Because like I know when people used to play, like back in the TCG back in the day, when everybody was running stuff like Feather Duster and Heavy Storm, what a lot of us would run to counter that is Waboku. And Waboku basically makes all battle damage you take till the end of the turn 0. And that would be like, because then you would think, well, if they're going to play Trunade, like as soon as they hit Trunade, you can then chain your Waboku, let that resolve. Then at that point, yeah, they won't go through with their combo, but at least you're buying yourself another turn. So even if you have like a Waboku and a Floodgate down, yeah, the Floodgate's not going to help you, but the Waboku is going to at least allow you to live for the turn, because they'd be idiots to go through and do their combo after that. But we don't have a Waboku type card, really, do we? Where you can activate it just at any time. Kind of want to know now. Let's see. Trap cards. I don't like Mirror Wall because, again, it goes back. Hallowed Life Barrier, yeah, but that's got a cost to it. Rainbow Life, yeah, that might be it. I think that might be something about as close as... Let's see here. Yeah, again, discard 1 card. These have costs, and that's the great thing I liked about Waboku, is that there was no cost. Another great thing about Waboku is it actually saved your monsters, too. Your monsters wouldn't be destroyed either. I think. Gravity, no, that's not it. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Dan. But at the same time, if you do have a monster on the field, then you'll probably survive the turn. But if you... Well, not even that, because... Isn't there a combo that they use that destroys your monster anyway? Because they could destroy your monster, and if they don't get... Well, even if they get their biggest monsters out, you're still going to take some damage. Some pretty significant damage, because I imagine they would have out, what? Their Sandman, their Maximus, and then that 2,000 attacker. What is it? The Urn Knight? So now, at that point, you're taking... Let me see. Instead of 3, you're taking 15. Instead of 2, you're taking... That's 25. So you would take, what? 30... Yeah, you would live, but you'd be in really big trouble. You would have taken something like 3450, something like that, 3450 in damage. So yeah, you'd be hanging on by a thread. Yeah, Waboku is Hallowed Life Barrier, but without cost. Not. Well, let me think. Hallowed Life Barrier. Let me check something here. I gotta check the writing on this. Okay, it's not. Hallowed Life Barrier and Waboku are actually pretty different. Take a look at the text here. It basically says, and I know my head's in the way. Discard 1 card from your hand. This turn, any damage you take from your opponent's cards and effects becomes 0. Waboku does not protect you from effects. Waboku only does battle damage. So that's the big difference. Yeah, Hallowed Life Barrier, I mean, it's a good card. It's solid, but again, it has that cost. So yeah, it's not exactly the same. Waboku, people liked Waboku more back in the day because there wasn't as much effect damage. So I don't know. I'll mess with this deck when it comes to it. Like probably next Thursday, whenever we do ranked duels again. Oh, I gotta switch that. Hold on, I'm not gonna use that against you.
I'll teach you to stay out of the waters.
Watch my psychic powers in action.
Hey, guess what? It's reset time. So that means I'm gonna log out of the game and log back in. Where's my little thing? Here we go. Ness, yo! I did not see you over there, Ness. Ness just says yo, guys. Just so you all know. He's over on Twitch. Goodbye. Carp, you're not allowed to leave. You have to stay here forever. 6 p.m. already? Yeah. 6 p.m. Well, for you anyway. It is now noon here. Where's the... You tell me, Dan. I don't know what you're doing over there in Wales. I don't know. Maybe you're riding a whale. That's what everybody in Wales does. They just go and they jump in the ocean and they ride whales. Shredder. Okay, Shredder's been waiting. Dark Master tracks already. Dark Master takes off. Okay, if I'm gonna face Shredder, I'm gonna play with a stronger deck because he's just, you know, he's a lot tougher. So here, I'll use this other deck versus Shredder, so I can at least have some sort of chance to win. I've actually beaten Shredder a couple of times, and I was actually really surprised. Yeah, Maroon is I don't know where he is. Oh, that's right. I know which country he's in. He's in a very different country. Where were you in? I think you said you were in Libya, was it? Libya or something? One of those countries? Oh, we haven't tracks? Okay. So I got to dual tracks, and I think George is waiting too. I'm trying to remember what country you're in, Maroon. Lebanon. I'm sorry. I knew it started with an L. I couldn't remember. I apologize. But I knew it started with an L. I knew that.
Duel!
I'm going first. That sucks. The only good thing is that I can pull this little combo off and it works. No matter what, he can't. But then again, it may not work. Are you serious? Oh god. That's so crap. I'm just gonna throw her out there for all of it. Yeah. If I would have started with at least one backfield card, that I definitely don't mind doing that combo. And sometimes I'll draw a Rosemary or something else that I can throw out there that's at least somewhat defensive, but yeah. It's Lightsworn. It's Garoth. We're gonna do it again. He didn't want to send my Rose Lover to the graveyard. Are you serious? Come on! That is so stupid. Oh my god, that is so stupid. Be right back. Got Kyers? What the heck is a Kyer? Uh-oh, it's Dan's girlfriend. We all know who Dan's girlfriend is. What does she do? She destroys, right? Sure, why not? Man, I cannot draw a good card to save my life here. I'm gonna do it again because it's certainly the only option I have. Jesus Christ, man. Come on. Draw something. Anything. What has Spike Shield? Now look at his hand, man. He's got a full hand of cards there. And I can't draw one monster that can help get me out of this. Jesus Christ, man. He's got another one of these, which sucks. So even if I destroy it... Can't draw the monsters I want. Can't draw the defensive traps that I have. This is just... And I'm getting tons of free cards here, man. Armades with Spike Shield. Oof, that's rough. It's time for Synchro Summon! And it's speaking of Armades, guess who's coming? Oh, it's X-Wayne. Oh, okay. Special summon a warrior monster from his hand. Wind Up Night. Light Ray Diablos. Still couldn't draw the card I needed, though. Man, my stomach is growling. At this point, I have no idea what Dan is talking about. Dan and Trax are having a conversation in chat. No idea what they're talking about. Dark Master, I think I spelled that right. I have no idea what Kyers is. For a second, I thought you said choir, and then maybe I thought you meant chores. Still cannot draw what I need. So just, ugh, and this is getting ridiculous now. He's gonna negate, so we're gonna have to... Oh, he didn't negate. Oh, wow, that's... Oh, that's true. Oh, I forgot Rosemary. I always forget Rosemary. Ugh. I always forget how interesting her ability is. I bet I'm still not going to draw the card that I want next turn. I'm probably going to draw another one of these. Just got that feeling, man. That might actually limit Spike Shield. Well, here's the thing. Here's why I'm kind of against limiting Spike Shield. Because, let's be real honest, you don't see it that much in meta. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't see it that much. The only deck type that I see it with on the regular is the anti-meta decks. The only time. So I don't think they're going to limit it. Because all they're basically doing, if you limit that card, all you're essentially doing is making the meta that much stronger. So yeah, I don't see them doing it. You only see it twice a day on the ladder. I almost never see Spike Shield on the ladder. That was a good dual shredder. I was screwing around so much in the beginning. But that's an interesting new deck that you got there, dude. You're going with light monsters there. And I can attest to this. That is definitely a fun deck for him. Because you don't want to face him when he runs his metas. He will absolutely annihilate you with his meta decks. Even with a lot of his fun decks, he'll annihilate you. But he was trying something different there. I've actually never seen him run that deck. So that was new. George! Hey, how come why am I not on the table? What happened? Why did I leave the table? I didn't leave the table. Petey Barlow. It's time to rule. All right, Twix. Let's get it on, man. I'm going second. Oh, you're using your fairy deck. So this may not work out for me, actually. In some cases, the fairy deck wants to go first because it gives them a chance to set up. Monster, set, and end your turn. Well, this helps. Ooh, got the wall out of there. Finally unlocked Jack. Okay, now he's in a bit of a pickle here. Because I honestly, I got a really great starting hand there. So yeah, that's not going to work out for him. Yeah, now we can do this. I'm going to assume that, well, I mean, he didn't brick. It just, like I said, I had the perfect hand to counter him. So, let me think. Okay, we're good. I still don't have great cards in my hand, but yeah. We're going to draw a couple here. Sure. We're going to switch it right back, though. Trax is like, that was quick. Yeah, like I said, admittedly, I had the perfect hand here. The perfect hand to counter what you did. Because I had my garden, I had that galaxy, all that. If I wasn't able to get rid of your wall, you would have probably been fine. But yeah, that wall hurt. And again, admittedly, the Arrow Mage deck, I don't know what it is, but the last few days I've just been doing really well with that deck. It doesn't always work, obviously, but yeah. But let me switch. Hold on, George. I'll be right back, George. I know you've been waiting. I'm gonna give you all something different. Because like I said, even for fun decks, Arrow Mage is pretty damn strong. So I'm gonna go with this guy instead. This is notably a weaker deck. And Accelerate, I'll come and duel you here right after I'm duel George. George has just been here a little while, so we're gonna get him a duel and see how it goes. 2 level 8s in your hand? Ugh, that sucks. Trax actually does brick against me. The thing is this, though. He didn't... Well, I guess it was sort of a brick considering he had 2 level 8s. But his start was as solid as you could get. I mean, he had a monster, he had his field spell, and he had a wall. So, I mean, that's pretty much as good as he could have done. He used all your luck before facing me. Now, Trax has beaten me a couple of times. In fact, the last time he beat me, he was like, holy crap, I beat him. I was like, yes, it happens. Ooh, who are we going with here? Kind of know what he's going to do here, hopefully. Let me see. Let's lock down that backfield. If he lets me. Nope, Jar Great. Actually, not the worst thing in the world. At least I know that's gone. So we'll do this, and we'll set this, and then we'll hit his monster. Sangan! Don't see Sangan very much. Although he's running Yugi, so... Oh! It's Exodia deck! Oh, now I remember what it is. Okay. So he's running Exodia. Ugh. Watch him have already like 4 pieces in his hand. That's gonna suck. Those are the old days. Those days when you ran... When I ran out of luck? Oh, when I ran out of luck. Damn it. I don't have a monster in this deck that negates... Well, actually, wait. I think I do have one monster in this deck that does negate effects, but I don't have him. He's gonna get a search. Watch, he's gonna grab his last piece. Grab it! Oh, no, he still doesn't have it. Okay. Let's see. Trax, I think it was when you got like 30-40 packs with no ultra rares or super rares. It's never gotten that bad for me. It's never gotten that bad. Wonder Wand. Yeah, pumping up monsters here, huh? Where did they put Exodia? Exodia's been in the game, dude. The only thing is that you can't actually collect the individual cards. You can only get it with an ability through Yugi, little Yugi. He's the only one that has it. Let's see, that's an Earth, isn't it? Yeah, she's Earth. Yeah, but Exodia's been around for a little while now. It's just that a lot of, because again, Yugi's the only one that can use the ability. It's called Grandpa's Cards. When are you going to end the stream? I don't know. We're 1 hour and 40. We're already over the limit. The minimum I like to go for is like 80 minutes. So I'm well over that already. And I'm actually getting really hungry. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Good duel, sir. My fear was, because you weren't putting any backfield except for that one that Jar agreed. So my fear was like, oh crap, he's already got like 3 pieces, doesn't he? Because running, I think with running Grandpa's Cards, it puts you at what, 25 cards? That's if you run the 20 minimum, and then it adds all the Exodia pieces. How do you build a good deck? Well, there's all kinds of ways to build decks. Depends what you want to do, really. I mean, if you're looking to do well in ranked duels, that's a whole different monster. But if you're just wanting to mess around with your friends and stuff, oh, there's plenty of stuff, man. When you finally got Jinzo. Jinzo is a very solid card. And you do actually see Jinzo on the ladder occasionally. Ooh, this is interesting. This is one weird hand. I guess that's all I can do. That's all I got, man. Yeah, generally, if you go with one particular archetype, that usually helps. Damn, that sucks. There goes my snowman. Do I think Silent Swordsman is OP? It can feel like it at times. It really can, because once he gets his combos going, he's hard to deal with. But that's how most decks are. Any decks that go for like 1 or 2, quick, they pretty much go for any quick win, like those can. That's pretty much, what is that, an Earth? It isn't Earth. Yeah, pretty much any I completely forgot you were asking now. Let me see, let me read it again. Do I think so? Oh yeah, Silent Swordsman, yeah. Pretty much any deck that's similar to him. Yeah, if you can, Cyber Style. If they can get all their combos going, yeah, it's pretty insane. Ah! I lost. Yeah, I didn't get a good starting hand there. I was like, oh god. I started with all monsters. Silent Swordsman. Well, to use the word worse is not really the way you want to go with it, because he's not bad. I think what you're saying is that or the proper wording you probably should use, well, at least how I would use it, is to say that Silent Magician is a bit what's the word I'm looking for? Silent Magician is slightly more usable, because the Silent Swordsman deck, as far as how I've seen, it really depends on leveling up the monster. Whereas if you just run just regular Silent Magician, the level 4 monster, you can win the match with her. And if even she goes away, then you can still pull out level 8. So that's the way I kind of look at it. Uh-oh, it's Dan. Hold on, Dan. I haven't dueled Dan yet.
Watch my psychic powers in action.
Do I have a deck that I can use against Dan? Dan has seen most of my decks. Crap, I don't know what to use, man. I sincerely don't know what to use against you. I'll just use this one. I haven't used this deck in a lot. In fact, I haven't even updated this deck in a long time. I should probably look at it. Here, I'll use this one. 4 and 8. Could have been worse.
Duel.
Dan, man, Dan really loves Mind Scan. He plays that damn thing with almost every single deck he uses. Yeah, he loves Mind Scan. Phantom Griffin. That's kind of the crap thing, is that all his monsters... I know what deck he's playing. All his monsters are going to get pumped up by my mountain, which stinks. Yes, the highest rank is King of Games. Well, we lost. He's just gonna play a Harpy, and yeah, I lost. Sorry, I already lost. Yeah, once he got that out, I was dead. There wasn't anything I could do. Anyways, good duel, Dan. Yeah, I already knew what he was playing. It's like, oh, okay, I think I know what it is. The Harpy deck. Let me see what else we got.
You from humiliation.
Do I want to run him?
I must hone my skills and become a better duelist.
Yeah, we'll reuse this guy. What the heck? I technically had another turn in me, but I was just like, that's it, Dan, you're banned. I'm banning you. How do you unlock Kaiba? Just by playing. Once you get to like stage 20, he immediately unlocks. Dan's in the gulag? Who put him there? Okay, Atomic, just so you'll know, stages and levels are not the same thing.
Duel.
They're not the same thing. I'll get more into that after this. Oh, wow. Oh, I forgot he's running Exodia. Ugh. I didn't even think about that. Pete, don't worry about it. It's some silly joke that they have. This is okay. A gulag is basically a Russian prison where they torture and murder people. So they are trying to make a joke about it. Oh, it's worse than hell. It's one, because hell may not even exist. Dark Magician. Oh man, I was just kidding with Dan, and now it won't let me take him out of it. I'm sorry, Dan. I guess you have to live in there for a little while. Oh, what is this? What do you mean, what is what? This right here is kind of why... Oh my god, you're sending Exodia piece? Wonder Wand! Oh, you want to get the draw? Yeah. He wants to send to the... Okay. So he can get the draw. That makes sense. Silent Magician is a woman. Yeah, just in case you're wondering, I mean, yeah, that's a woman. And in the animation, they made it very clear that she is a woman. I don't understand your generation, man. Look, man, she's thick with 2 C's. Really? That's how you're gonna do it. Karibo, dude. Yep. Saw the Karibo coming. I could have actually won by bringing out the elf, but I was like, nah, let's give him one more turn. Because I had a feeling he had a Karibo there. I kind of want to see if he can do some stuff and pull off an Exodia. That'd be interesting. We don't see Exodia nearly as much as we should. Magical Mallet. You love curry buns. Nah, I'll leave the elf in hand. Maroon says he has too many spells and traps. Sorcerer! I have no idea who you are, but I guess I'll duel you. Oh, well, he's gone. Okay. Cheese plate, I have no... Oh, I know who this is. I know who this is. For a moment, I was going to say, I don't know who that is. No, I know who it is. Has it been 5 minutes yet? I think it has. Where's Dan? Dan's like, screw you, man. I love. Heart of the Underdog and Normal Monsters.
Duel.
Or you could run, I mean, I honestly don't know. What is this? This guy's running wind-ups. And of course I start with a kind of a bunk hand here. But I was going to say, Geminis are treated as normals, right? Now, are they treated as normals only when they're on the field or when they're in the hand? There's Dan. Hi, Dan. How was it? It's actually not the one I wanted to hit. Dan's like, you really did that to me. I was actually going to put you in for like 30 seconds and then bring you right back, but I looked on the menu and it actually doesn't give me an option to take you out, which is kind of odd. Which is better, Bakura's Destiny board or Yugi's Exodia? Oh gosh, I don't know, man. If I had to choose one right off the bat, I would probably say Destiny board. Simply because Destiny board seems like it's a bit more useful. Whereas with Exodia, I don't know, man. I've actually only seen one person use Destiny board. So it's kind of hard to say. Again, that younger generation. Dan, you realize that had nothing to do with you, right? It had to do with the fact that I just didn't draw at all what I needed. Because as soon as I figured out what deck you were playing, I was like, great, I played the deck that would, instead of counter your deck, it would actually help you. But you have to grind with Bakura. I actually haven't even grinded with Bakura that much. The only reason he's even at like, what, level 32 or 34 I think he's at, is just because I wanted the gems. Dan, you're not having fun. I think he drew a spell card, and he's like, oh crap. But yeah, that was just a bad, I mean, because I knew you had the Harpy deck, and I probably should have thought about that a bit more before I selected the deck that I was going to use. So it was like, oh crap. Let me check something here. Okay. I have to imagine he's got another drowning back there. By 600 till the end phase. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have to assume he's got a drowning back there. I think. No, that we'll just do this. No, I forget who I'm actually playing. It's somebody called Cheesy Play or something like that. Let me think. I'll actually let that go. That's fine too. Let's bring out the big gun. Although he may have something to get past here. But yeah, this is a woman. In case you all were wondering, yes, it's very much a woman. What made you pick up that? Well, honestly, the name Slim Word was... let me see, if I cut that in half... So it'd be 15, 30. Oh, he might have a wall. We'll leave it alone. I had a different name, and it sucked. And a friend of mine and I, we were just kind of like spitballing, trying to figure out something that was decent, yet something that would also be easy to remember. And so we just kind of came up with that. Yeah, there wasn't like this big thing about it. It was just, we were just trying to come up with a name that was easy to remember. Wow. I have to imagine there's another mirror wall back there. Overwind. Okay. Well, nothing I can do about that. Only stage 12? Okay, so he's got the overwind there. He's also got the probably another mirror wall. At least until this trap's back. Okay. Probably gonna lose my magician here. Yeah, he's gonna do the other one. Oh, my throat, man. Excuse me. It's a mirror wall. Okay. All we can really do is just leave it alone. I feel like he really wants that off the field so he can play a spell card. Or not. Okay. I guess he surrendered. Freaking wind-ups, man. That deck type is rough. It's tough to get by, man. You gotta think about that one. Deck Master, I have no idea who you are. Let me switch to a different deck. I'm trying to think what other decks I have. Yeah, he may not have expected me to have 2 level 8s. Yeah.
Anytime, any place.
I guess I'll play with this one. Deckmaster says he'll do his best. If he's actually there. No! Come on! Oh well. Nobody's in the room, so I guess that does it. We're done. We're history. We're ending. Yeah. No more. Still gotta level my Sphere Karibo. Anyways, thanks for joining me, guys. I appreciate that. Tomorrow we're not gonna have a show because it's a holiday, sort of. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and you will obviously know what I'm gonna be doing. So I'm gonna be doing that. For those of you who haven't been here before, thank you all for coming by. Thank you for the subs, for the follows. If you're on Twitch or on YouTube, hold on, we're not done yet. If you're on Twitch or on YouTube, if you look in the description, you'll see a link to a giveaway for a tablet, an actual real physical tablet, not a writing tablet. I mean, touch screen, that kind of thing. Anyways, if you've not gotten signed up for that, get signed up. And I will see you guys Monday, I guess. Until then, Dan, go eat some dinner, man. Isn't it dinner time over there? Where you're at, dude? Go hang out with your wifey and the kids. And I will see you all Monday.